Have you ever wondered if a real person actually looked at your resume? It's a fair question. You spend hours tailoring your application, highlighting your experience, and making sure everything looks just right. Then, nothing. No interview, no rejection, just silence. And after a while, it's natural to wonder, did anyone even see my application? Now, here's something that completely changed the way I think about today's hiring process. A recent Tech Radar article explains that for many companies, your resume may first be reviewed by an applicant tracking system, often called an ATS, before it ever reaches a recruiter. These systems help employers organize, sort, and prioritize applications based on the qualifications and criteria they're looking for. In other words, technology has become an active participant in the hiring process, helping recruiters manage large numbers of applicants more efficiently. Now, here's the part I think most job seekers misunderstand. Many people hear about ATS software and immediately think the computer is rejecting me. But that's not really the right way to look at it. The purpose of these systems isn't to replace recruiters. It's to help them organize information so they can focus on the candidates who appear to best match the position. The technology isn't making the final hiring decision. It's helping recruiters manage a process that has become much larger and more complex. So, why should you care? Because understanding this changes how you prepare your application. Instead of thinking your resume is written only for a recruiter, you now have to recognize that it also needs to clearly communicate your qualifications in a way that matches the position you're applying for. The goal isn't to beat the system. The goal is to make it easier for both technology and the recruiter to recognize why you're a strong candidate. Think about it this way. Imagine you're applying for a project coordinator position. The job description emphasizes project scheduling, stakeholder communication, and budget tracking. Your resume describes those same responsibilities, but you call them team coordination, client updates, and financial oversight. A recruiter might easily recognize those as transferable skills during a conversation. But if your resume doesn't clearly connect your experience to the language used in the job description, technology may not recognize that relationship as effectively. Small wording differences can influence how your qualifications are presented to the recruiter. Don't be intimidated by applicant tracking systems. They're simply one part of a much larger hiring process. Instead of worrying about how to outsmart technology, focus on clearly communicating your experience, your skills, and your value. The more you understand how today's hiring process works, from technology to recruiters to hiring managers, the better prepared you'll be to present yourself with confidence. Knowledge doesn't replace qualifications, but it can help ensure your qualifications are communicated more effectively. If you found today's video helpful, I hope you'll subscribe so you don't miss future videos on AI, hiring trends, leadership, and the future of work. And if you know someone who's struggling with their job search or wondering where their career is headed, please share this video with them. You never know. One new insight could completely change someone's perspective. Until next time, remember, don't just apply, investigate.